SVPH to presentation on chapter number 2 on the grasshopper and cricket, and this is part 2 of our presentation. So बच्चों, in our previous presentation we had learned who is the author of this poem, John Keats, and we have also gone through the poem. So this poem is basically about Mother Nature, grasshopper and cricket. So here grasshopper is a symbol for the season of summer, whereas cricket represent season of winter. So यहाँ पे जो है इस पोएम में सिंबलिज्म का यूज़ किया है समर को बताने के लिए या समर को डिस्क्राइब करने के लिए ग्रास हॉपर यूज़ किया है पोइट ने, और विंटर को बताने के लिए या विंटर डिस्क्राइब करने के लिए क्रिकेट जो है इंसेक्ट उसको यूज़ किया है. एंड दिस पोएम इज़ बेसिकली ए सोनेट. सोनेट क्या होती है? कोई भी पोएम जिसमें 14 लाइन्स होती हैं. सो दिस पोएम consists of 14 lines, that is why it is a sonnet. Now let's go to the questions. So number 1, answer these questions. Whose voice do you hear on summer afternoon? Whose means kiski. So whose voice do you hear on summer afternoon? So you will write, we hear voice of grasshopper on summer afternoon. पूरा लिखेंगे आप. Where does he go when he is tired? And where does he go when he is tired? It is mentioned in the poem. Okay. So when he is tired, he rests at ease beneath some pleasant weed. So when he is tired, he rests at ease beneath some pleasant weed. और weed का मतलब आपको बता रखा है. It's like a some wild bush. Okay. Now next one. Which insect takes over from the grasshopper in winter? Which insect takes over from the grasshopper in winter? So you should answer, right? Which insect? Cricket, right? So cricket takes over from the grasshopper in winter. Number 3, explain what the speaker means when he says the poetry of earth is ceasing never. Ceasing matlab stop. So explain what the speaker means. आप एक्सप्लेन करिए कि व्हाट डज द स्पीकर मीन व्हेन ही सेज द पोएट्री ऑफ अर्थ इज सीजिंग नेवर. दैट मीन्स द सॉन्ग ऑफ अर्थ और सॉन्ग ऑफ नेचर नेवर स्टॉप्स. इन समर टाइम द सॉन्ग ऑफ नेचर is sung by grasshopper, whereas in the winter time the song of nature is sung by cricket. Okay, and that is why poetry of earth is ceasing never, right? Next one, why does the cricket song sound like the grasshoppers? So cricket का जो song है वो grasshopper जैसा क्यों sound कर रहा है? Because both cricket as well as grasshopper, they are singing the song with warmth and delight. That is why both songs sound similar. Okay, I'll repeat again. The song sung by grasshopper and cricket both have delights and warmth. That is why both sound similar. Okay. Now A2 explain these lines with reference to the context. तो आपको ये लाइंस एक्सप्लेन करनी है with reference to the context. जो पोएम में जो कॉन्टेक्स्ट था ना उसका, with reference to that. Number 1, when all the birds are faint with the hot sun and hide in cooling trees, a voice will run. So that means when all the birds, everyone is tired because of the hot sun and everyone is hiding in cooling trees, like all the birds, insects, a voice will run. So this voice is basically grasshopper's voice, and he is singing Mother Nature's song. Okay, so that is how the poetry of earth is not ceasing. Number 2, on a lone winter evening. Lone का मतलब अकेली. So on a lone winter evening, when the frost has wrought a silence, from the stove there shrills the cricket song in warmth increasing ever. So that means on a lone winter evening, when it is winter time and the frost has covered all the bushes, trees, grass, there is one sound which is full of warmth, and that is cricket's song. Okay. Now A3, think and answer. इसमें आपको थिंक करना है और आंसर करना है. नंबर 1, what is the theme of the poem? सो इस पोएम की थीम है सिंबलिज्म एंड नेचर. ये जो पोएम है इसमें मदर नेचर के बारे में एक्सप्लेन किया गया है. सो द थीम इज नेचर, मदर नेचर एंड सिंबलिज्म. सिंबलिज्म क्यों? क्योंकि ग्रास हॉपर एंड क्रिकेट ये किसको रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं? ग्रास हॉपर रिप्रेजेंट करता है समर सीजन को एंड क्रिकेट रिप्रेजेंट करता है विंटर सीजन को. सो व्हाट इज द थीम ऑफ दिस पोएम? द थीम इज ऑफ मदर नेचर एंड it also has symbolism in the poem, where grasshopper represent summertime and cricket insect represent winter time. Now next one, which season do you like the most? Give reason for your answer. So ये आपको सोचना है और आपको आंसर करना है. If you ask me, I like winter season, and the reason is the climate is very pleasing and the vegetation also is much more than summertime. So this is my answer. Next one, A4, learn interesting terms. So on the grasshopper and cricket is full of symbolism. Symbolism क्या होता है? मतलब जिसमें सिंबल यूज़ करते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल ग्रास हॉपर होने को तो बेसिकली एक इंसेक्ट है, बट इस पोएम में हमने ग्रास हॉपर के थ्रू समर सीजन को रिप्रेजेंट किया है या समर डे को हमने रिप्रेजेंट किया है. सो ऐसा चीज़ को बोलते हैं सिंबलिज्म. मेकिंग इट अ सिंबलिक पोएम, द यूज ऑफ सिंबल्स टू रिप्रेजेंट आइडियाज इन आर्ट, लिटरेचर एंड कन्वर्सेशन इज कॉल्ड symbolism. Okay. In the poem, the grasshopper is the symbol of a sunny day or season of summer. Similarly, the cricket is the symbol of a lone winter evening or the season of winter. Clear? Now we'll go to the next page. This is create. So इसमें क्या करना है? Read these phrases from the poem and answer the questions that follow. Faint with the hot sun, cooling trees, new mown meat, tired out with fun, rest at ease. So अब ये जो वर्ड्स हैं पोएम में हमने ऑलरेडी इनको एक्सप्लेन किया है. नाउ what kind of a word do all these words paint for you? मतलब ये जो सारे जो वर्ड्स हैं, एक तो है यहाँ पे वर्ड, ये वर्ड तो यूज़ हुआ है ये सारे वर्ड्स के लिए, और ये वर्ड है WORLD, ये है दुनिया. सो किस तरीके की दुनिया, ये सारे वर्ड्स आपको रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, एक दर्शाते हैं कि भाई किस तरीके का माहौल है, किस तरीके की दुनिया है, बाय रीडिंग दीज वर्ड्स. Number A is a noisy, exciting, rushed and busy word. Number B, a peaceful, restful, relaxed word. Number C, a busy city with all the noise and rush of traffic. तो सिटी की तो बात ही नहीं हो रही है, इसमें पूरा एक मदर नेचर की बात हो रही है. सो C इज़ नॉट द करेक्ट ऑप्शन. B, a peaceful, restful, relaxed word. तो जहाँ पे कूलिंग ट्रीज़ हैं, बर्ड्स जो हैं वो ट्रीज़ के नीचे रेस्ट कर रहे हैं, पूरी दुनिया शांत है, राइट. टायर्ड आउट विथ फन. सो ये सब क्या है, रिप्रेजेंट करता है एक शांत, पीसफुल, रेस्टफुल एंड रिलैक्स्ड वर्ड. ओके, क्लियर. नाउ नेक्स्ट वन, राइट दीज लाइन्स अबाउट द, राइट 3 lines about the speaker's word describing what there is to see, then what can be felt, what sound can be heard. So what is there to see? There is basically, it's a word full of mother nature, such as trees, insects, birds, bushes, grass, meadows. So this is basically a word which is full of nature. Okay, now what is next one? What can be felt? We can feel a peaceful, restful and relaxed word. Okay, so what we feel is a peaceful, restful, relaxed word. This is for number B. What sound can be heard? So we can hear sound of cricket and grasshopper. Okay, and what sound we hear? Right, so we hear sound of cricket and grasshopper. Now next one, B2. The grasshopper's voice and the cricketer's song run through the poem. A word that contains the noise or a sound made by a living or a non-living thing is called an onomatopoeic word. Okay, what do you call this? Onomatopoeic word. Now you have to match the sound of the word and insect they are associated with. Some of the sound can be common. Now for example, say here sound is mentioned in the column A, and birds or insect names is mentioned on column B. So now for example, say you start with the words, with the sounds which you know. Okay, so for example, quack quack कौन करता है? Ducks. So then this quacking sound is representing ducks. Similarly, bees. Bees की sound क्या है? Buzzing, right? So this is bees. Then cooing. So cooing is basically done by doves. ये जो sound है cooing, ये है doves की sound. Then hens. Hens की sound होती है cackling sound. Okay, now how many are left? 1, 2, 3. Now thrushes is basically a word. Thrushes is basically a bird, and what sound does it make? It makes whistling sound. Okay, and then next one is sparrow. Sparrow की जो sound होती है, it's like a twittering sound. So now which sound is remaining? That is cricket sound. Okay, so cricket sound is chirping sound. So this is your answer. Now let's go to the next page. Read these sentences. When all the birds are faint with the hot sun on a lone winter evening, when the frost has wrought a silence. When is a WH word, right? So we already know about WH word. What means क्या? Okay, example है what is John Keats poem about? कि जॉन कीट की जो poem है ये किसके बारे में, क्या बारे में है? Where? You know, where means kahan. So where is the Parliament of India situated? Where means kahan. Why, you know, kyun. So why is your homework incomplete? What did the policeman come here for? Okay. So this is basically same. What for और why both are same. अगर आप इसको why यूज करते तो why did the police van come here? When. So when is basically कब. So when does a grasshopper sing? Okay. Next one. Which. कौन सा. कौन सी. So which dress would you buy? कौन सी ड्रेस आप बाय करेंगे? रेड वन और ग्रीन वन. Who. कौन. So who is that boy with curly hair? Who means कौन. Whom. So whom मतलब किसको. So whom are we giving the prize to? हम किसको ये प्राइज दे रहे हैं? Whose. किसका. Whose cookies jar is this? ये किसका cookies का jar है. Okay. So now you know about WH words. Next one. How. कैसे. So how do you go to school every morning? आप स्कूल कैसे जाते हैं? How is your grandmother feeling now? आपकी grandmother अब कैसा फील कर रही है? How often do you go for the guitar classes? आप कितनी बार गिटार क्लासेस जाते हैं, राइट? सो अब अपना जो एक्सरसाइज है, फिल इन द ब्लैंक्स यूजिंग द WH क्वेश्चन वर्ड. आपको ये जो WH है वो यहाँ पे फिल करने हैं. सो नंबर 1, डैश डोंट वी डू अ ग्रुप स्टडी. सो इसका आंसर होगा वाई. ओके, वाई डोंट वी डू अ ग्रुप स्टडी, मतलब हम ग्रुप स्टडी क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं. Number 2, dash is the new post office situated. So where is the new post office situated? Number 3, dash do we have our English exam. So when do we have our English exam? Number 4, dash can I reach Jacaranda Avenue from Hyacinth apartment. So how can I reach? कैसे. Number 5, dash pushed me while traveling in the metro. So who pushed me? Okay. Then dash tennis ball is lying in the court. Whose tennis ball? WHOSE. Whose मतलब किसकी. Number 4, dash are we going to ask for direction. Whom are we going? WHOM. Whom are we going to ask for directions? Okay. So this completes this exercise. Now next one. It is time to play for the grammar game with the help of your teacher. So that we will do when the school reopens. Number D. We just read a poem by John Keats, very appropriately titled On the Grasshopper and Cricket. A good title should be short and crisp. तो इस पोएम का टाइटल क्या था? On the Grasshopper and Cricket. तो आप किसी भी, अगर आपने कोई चीज़ लिखी है, पोएम लिखी है, स्टोरी लिखी है, तो उसका टाइटल जो है ना, शुड बी वेरी गुड. इट शुड बी वेरी शॉर्ट एंड क्रिस्प. क्रिस्प मतलब पूरी स्टोरी क्या है उसके बारे में बहुत शॉर्ट तरीके से बता दे. बहुत लंबी चौड़ी आपको लाइन लिखनी पड़े एज अ टाइटल, राइट? नेक्स्ट वन. व्हाट एल्स? एनकैप्सुलेट द मेन आइडिया ऑफ द स्टोरी और पोएम. मतलब जो भी आपका आइडिया है जो पोएम का या स्टोरी का, उसको एनकैप्सुलेट कर दे. मतलब एक छोटे से कैप्सूल में, इट्स लाइक जैसे विटामिन की टेबलेट्स होती है, तो वो एक टेबलेट के अंदर जो है पूरे विटामिन वगैरह का पूरा क्रक्स होता है, राइट? जिस्ट होता है. सिमिलरली इस छोटे से टाइटल में पूरा स्टोरी का आइडिया जो है ना, वो एक्सप्रेस हो जाना चाहिए, राइट? So now with this we stop here, and in the next class, in the next presentation, we will continue with the remaining questions. You will do all the questions on your own in your notebook. Thank you.